inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Lawson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner. The complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it, and you work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. The tight end in motion right. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Gilchrist. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Akers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Throwing on first down. Lawson. He's going to look deep for more. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
47 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Cam Akers, his second rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get involved.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Going right back to Akers.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, Lawson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Sometimes when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a give. Akers running and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 117 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Lawson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. They want to take that course.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. This is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take it, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A give up the middle to Akers. And a short gain down to about the 33. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on second down. Lawson. That is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Lawson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to draw that ball free. And it brings on fourth down.
Last down a little bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay. Second down at 5.
To throw is Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Panthers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them to the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of this guy's back seven, phenomenal.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Lawson. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Lawson. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They came up with points in their first two possessions. It looks like they're coming back to here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's taken in by Duvernay. He gets it down to the 30 there. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And it'll be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
On first down, Lawson. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
Now, we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawson. He sets to fire deep. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Carolina. 55 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 141 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run here with Akers. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Akers going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to run with Akers. Boy, no chance as he was met and drilled on the line there. A loss of a yard and it brings him forward.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it trust your offense, or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Jackson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Lawson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Lawson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my. He pulled it in. A big play there for Carolina. And even 50 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's a run by Akers.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
To throw on third down. Lawson buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a even first down. This is something you've got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On second down now, it's Porter.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jackson from the shotgun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Panthers 1st down, 17 yards on the play.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they'll begin by running the option. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all. But I'll go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us. And we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken way up at the 25. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. They're all finished in the bout down in Houston. And give that one to the Texans as they wind up winners there. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll go again here with Akers. Oh, and that a very short gain. They do get a first, but short pickups, not what they're looking for.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They go play action here on 1st down. One last shot at the end zone. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that. We're programmed never to say never, but in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it is strictly for pride.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.